Well, good morning. I see you got your coffee already. Where's mine? Bless you. I stayed up way too late last night and I need coffee.
Las Vegas, a city on the move. People come from all around just to try their luck and dip their toe in the pool of luxurious living. Just beyond the lights and glamour of the world-famous Las Vegas Strip is a place where real treasures are found. It's a place people come to claim a piece of history or reclaim a gem from their past. This is Michelle Tully, and she runs this place along with her son Steve. Now don't worry yourself none, she's not connected to the mob, not as far as we can tell. She's just an expert on all things collectible, and this is her place, the Charleston Antique Mall.
Michelle, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I have something new to show you.
Okay.
So,
what is it?
This fun? Well,
whatever it is, I love it because I love glitz.
Isn't that wonderful?
What is
Actually, this is an accessory piece from the 1980s. It's a Michael Morrison piece, an MX. And Michael Morrison created accessories, belts, and pieces like this for the stars.
Really?
For the rock stars, absolutely.
I never heard of him.
Oh yes. This was very fashionable.
Wow.
He's out of Los Angeles.
Okay.
I believe he even did specialty pieces, his designers, for Michael Jackson as well.
No
well,
wonder
and if
why-
you look at it,
Not my league.
right? Okay. So, and as you see, this is leather, and all the studs are hand done, and these are crystals.
Wow.
And then, of course, we have leather tassels as well as chain tassels on the piece.
We gotta have tassels.
Isn't that great?
Now this is a belt. How was it worn?
Well, actually, this piece as an accessory can be used in two ways. You can either put it around your neck and wear it this way,
Wow, that would be dramatic.
or
wouldn't it?
you can put it on your side and wear it as a belt.
Excuse me.
Absolutely. So just a little flash and dash when you move.
How cute!
Isn't that a wonderful piece?
It is.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh!
Yes.
Is this all hand done, or?
It's all hand done and it's made out of leather.
I wonder how they.
As you can see,
Oh my gosh! Look at
So-
this! Look at this work!
it's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
Absolutely. As well as his name is on it, as it should be, from the 80s.
Which
yes.
is everything.
So we have Michael Morrison MX, and it's a statement piece.
What does the MX stand for? Do you know?
Just part of his
Logo.
part of his logo. Absolutely.
Wow.
Isn't that a great piece?
This is incredible.
Yes.
You know, we get so many showgirls in here looking for things for their costumes, but I would think one of the young gals would just love it too.
Well, it's a great fashion piece and it's a collector's item.
How much is this piece?
This particular one we're selling for $150. However, just a belt can go from $195 up to $545.
Really?
Yes, yes.
No
depending
wonder
on
I
the
never
piece.
heard of them. I didn't shop in that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, as I said, it was for the stars, and
Makes you wonder who wore this, huh?
could be, absolutely. It's just a very fashionable piece.
I love it. I love it. I
Great.
may have to add this to my wardrobe.
I think you might.
How do I look? Wait, let me see.
Let's try it. Absolutely lovely.
Yeah, right.
Gorgeous.
Thanks a lot. I'll see you later.
Thank you.
Get up.
Okay, take care.
Hey,
Hi, Michelle.
How you doing?
I was just wondering where you were. 'cause
Here I am.
I know, so because I wanted to show you what I brought in.
What'd you bring in?
Well, you know, people think that antique stores are mainly for women. I just wanted to show you that we do have men's stuff.
Well, we have lots of men's stuff because actually we have more guy shoppers than we do women, believe it or not. I don't know if you've ever noticed
no,
that.
well then good. I
Yeah.
brought the right thing.
So what'd you bring?
Okay, this is a ship's compass.
Okay.
And it's made by the Dirigo, D-I-R-I-G-O,
Okay.
Compass and Instrument Company from Auburn, Washington.
Oh, so it's
and-
American made.
Right, and as far as I can tell, it's from the mid to early 1900s.
Wow.
So
I
it may
didn't think
not
it was
be
that.
quite antique, but it is definitely
Hey,
collectible.
it certainly
So-
is. I didn't think it was that old.
No,
Wow.
and then this, a lot of them came in a box, but this one was off of a ship, so it's on this stand, and it's free floating, and it has these metal balls that you can turn the nut and then put them in different positions.
And what's that
and,
for?
And these help with the magnetic interference that compasses get from other metals on the ship.
Really?
Yeah, so that you can keep the heading that you want on your compass.
How would they know where to put the? I hate to say this, but where they put their balls?
Well, first they do their, take their maps and they figure out the compass heading for wherever they're heading.
Okay.
And then they want to set their compass for that heading.
Yeah.
So they move these balls till the compass goes to that heading.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
And
okay.
because otherwise, if you don't have these, then all the other metal can interfere with the right heading on your compass.
Interesting is that?
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
goodness. Do we
Of course,
know
I
what?
had to ask my boyfriend this. He's the seaman, you know.
But you know, some maritime collector is going to love this.
Oh, yeah.
They really
Yeah.
are. Because everyone I've seen is the brass ones that, you know, they're all pretty and everything. This is kind of,
Well, this one you don't have to shine all the time.
there you
see?
go, and I love the colors.
Yes. Well, red's in nowadays.
You
so,
got it.
You know,
What are you pricing it at?
178.
That's pretty reasonable.
I think
For
for its
something that-
age,
yeah.
and you don't see as many maritime collectibles.
You know, we don't have very many in the store, unfortunately. I wish we had more.
Maybe it's because there's not too much water here, and they probably didn't use a compass
I
on
hadn't
Lake
thought
Mead.
about that. We're in the middle of the desert. But yes, you're right. God, somebody's going to love it. I'm so
I
glad
hope
you
so.
brought it. Yeah.
I'm hoping.
All right.
So,
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to catch up with you later, okay?
All right.
All right.
Thanks.
See you.
Good enough. Now I'm just going to have to find a good place for it.
All right.
Okay. Thanks, Michelle.
What is all this?
Well, I'm just bringing and arranging a few little pieces of embroidery and handwork.
Look at this.
Isn't it sweet? They don't do this anymore,
Wow.
and
This is all hand done?
it's all hand done. This is drawn work, and of course, there's different names. This is Battenberg. They're still making this, but this is an old piece of
Can we
Battenberg.
pull this out? Can I see this? Oh,
Isn't it
it is
beautiful?
beautiful.
Yeah.
And this part is all done by hand
Yeah, a
too.
lot of it is done by hand. It's some piecework like this is linen, and
Right.
then it's done by hand.
Was this done mostly in Europe?
I think a lot of it started in Europe and then came over to this country, and I don't know the history of a lot of this. This is called Battenberg.
That I knew.
So it might
yeah.
be.
That's what I thought it started somewhere.
European.
Yeah.
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, God, can you imagine spending hours
no,
doing
I
this?
cannot.
What else do you have?
Well, I've been collecting this for a long time. I think I fell in love with this when I was a little kid and made those funny little pot holders that you make with the little loops and the little plastic
made
thing.
pot
I
holders?
did.
How
and
old were you?
Oh gosh, little.
Really?
And then I would go around to the neighbors and sell them, for 5 and 10 cents each, and get my candy money that way. And I think
Oh, what a
that's-
smart little kid you were.
I think that's how I got to love all this kind of work that is done by hand.
You appreciated it.
Yeah, and this is very fine lace, and this is all done by hand. Yeah,
I can't believe
yeah.
this.
It's very sweet, and people don't do this anymore. So it's just. To me, it's just a wonderful thing to have this and look at it, enjoy it. I have a lot of this, and I've sold some, and I thought I would just bring some more in here.
You know, I
could
use
part with.
these all over my house. I mean, they're under lamps, they're under candy
yeah.
dishes, and they just add something so warm and so in my opinion, appealing.
That's what I think too.
Homey type of thing.
And it pops things off a table sometimes too, like if you have a dark piece of wood, see like this here, and then you put the doily underneath of it.
Exactly.
And it pops it off there and lets the wood show behind it, and then you put your candy dish or your lamp and that kind of thing.
You know, I see these around, and I cannot believe for someone who spent hours doing this, they're pretty reasonably
I know
priced.
They are.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
What? Give me a range here.
Oh,
like,
well,
for instance, what would this piece?
that would
cost?
probably be like
I like the
$4.50, something like that.
$4.50.
Yes, yes.
And can you imagine how much time was spent?
Lots of time, yeah. And we're not sitting around like Scarlett O'Hara and her friends, you know, reading books and doing needlework in the evening type thing. Remember in Gone with the Wind when they were doing that?
I wonder
this is what they were doing.
If I brought this to the casino and did it in front of the slot machine. What do you think?
Yeah, I think they're lovely old pieces, and people don't do this anymore.
Yeah. What would
so.
this price be?
Well, this would probably be
Little
somewhere about $10 maybe for this
Oh my
piece.
God!
Yeah.
Look at that, and
Yeah.
it's so beautiful.
This is a whole bedspread that I'm bringing in here,
Oh my gosh!
and I put the measurements on it. I just thought that would be a fun thing to bring in too, and have in here.
Now this is crocheted,
This
right?
is all crocheted, all handwork. I have 125 on it.
What size is double? or-
It is probably a double. It's 82 by 100. I measured it.
Yeah, I
And-
crocheted a sweater once, one time. I did the whole sweater, and I actually wore it. And that was not the last of my crochet.
That was it, huh?
That was it. Oh
But
my
yeah,
God.
I just love these old things on like the antique beds or the four posters or that kind of
an
thing.
iron
even,
bed or-
Even just to throw it on the end of the bed, you know, fold it up on the end of the bed. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, you can tell by your wonderful booth here. That's what you
Oh,
like.
thank
But that's
you.
what I like too. It's homey to me. It's
Yes.
just
It has
comforting.
a certain warmth and a certain caring that you have about where you live and what, you know, your environment. So.
Oh, thank you for bringing these
Yeah.
in. These are fabulous. I hate
Well, I'm
to
glad
see
you like them.
you give up on your collection.
I know.
But I'm glad
I thought
you're
I could
sharing
part
with-
with some. I've got so much of this, and really, it's just something I've always loved. Like, you know, just enjoyed myself. And
Well, I'm coming shopping
So-
in your booth after hours.
okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Alan, what do you have here?
Well, Michelle, it's an old doctor's bag.
Thank you very much. I see that, but it's filled with goodies.
Yes.
What's in there?
These are fan letters written to the Beatles and to David Cassidy, most of them unopened. I think,
You're stealing mail.
no, I'm not.
How'd you get unopened fan letters?
Well, I know a guy who knows a guy who buys storage units, and these
I
turn.
thought you were going to say knows a guy who knows a guy who steals mail.
Yeah,
Okay, go ahead.
Well, that would have been a good response, but it was from an abandoned storage unit, and they contacted me and asked me if I was interested. And I said, once I saw it, I said, yes, I'm very interested.
Oh my
in
goodness!
this.
Can I? I see. Let's pull this out. What
Yeah,
is
sure.
this?
Take it out. Well, this is these are from the '60s,
Yeah.
and most of these are addressed to the KRLA Beat magazine, and that was a radio station who put out their own fan and music magazine.
Really?
It was a marketing technique
Is
to get people to listen to the radio.
Somebody drew this picture. Look
Yes,
at that.
yeah, these are young girls mostly, Beatles fans with a lot of time on their hand, and they decorated the envelopes, and you can see they pasted stuff on here.
Oh my goodness! Look at that.
Yeah.
No, who is? That's not. Who is that?
That's George.
Oh, it's a young George. I didn't even recognize.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. There's another picture of him.
Yeah, you know, most young girls were Paul was the cute Beatle.
Of course he was.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
you
so
know
too.
that. So most of them were to Paul. He was the one. In
He
fact,
was the one.
He was
huh?
the one, and I think John was a smart Beatle. George was a serious Beatle, I guess. I think that's how they had it broken down. But you see, here's a really I love this. This is from Miss Elaine McCartney. I wish. So she's fantasizing being married to Paul McCartney.
You know, I have a story for you. My son, Steve, is an avid Beatle fan. And when I was here in Vegas, he lived in California, and he came up to visit me one time. And I begged him, I was going to an auction, and I said, come with me. And he's going, oh, Mom, do I have to? I said, come on. So he came, as a good son as he is, as you know. Who walks in but Ringo Starr?
At the auction?
At the auction. I don't know who was more shocked, him or me.
Well, yeah.
He came as a favor to someone. He walked in, he signed a few autographs. Very nice, very sweet. And my son was in seventh heaven. And now, since then, he goes to all the auctions with me.
Oh, yeah, well, sure.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Yeah, so this is interesting. There's some other, this is a real interesting part of it.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, this is a book put together by, there's 3 girls involved. And they wrote by hand 50,000 times, "We love you, David."
What? You're not kidding me,
Yeah,
are
it's just-
you?
No.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, I didn't count them, so but they claim there's 50,000 in here.
Oh, my goodness. Now, this was for David Cassidy, right?
Yes, for David Cassidy, who has been in the news recently.
I know. I
Yeah.
just saw him on TV, and it's so sad because I love the Partridge Family, and we're going to miss him not performing.
Yeah, you know, it is sad to think how far it's come from this period of his life to his current period in his life.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, if he ever comes up to Vegas, we'll make sure he gets all of these.
He'll get a look. Now this is a letter that was in here, and it's a letter from one Beatles fan to another Beatles fan. So I don't know how it got in here, but it was open. And actually, this one Beatle fan is George Harrison. He's from Canada, and he's writing a letter telling about. Let's see. The girl's name is Maura. Maura, when I told you I was getting a stingray, well, I was until last Saturday when it hailed outside. That's how he put it. Boy, should have seen it. It hailed for about 10 minutes and cleaned me right out. Yes. So the bottom line is he couldn't afford to get the stingray because the hail wiped out his crops. He's a farmer.
Oh, got it. Okay, got it.
So it wiped out his crops. And I was thinking, I don't think the stingray is the first choice of automobile for a farmer.
farming.
No, it's not really practical. But then a little further on, he has another sad tale. Maura, I'm sorry, but I lost my picture of myself in a Beatle wig in a car accident. So
That's probably why he had the accident.
Wonder maybe he was wearing the
The
wig while he
Beatle
was
wig
driving.
and it fell? Oh,
Yeah.
my goodness.
And I'm thinking, well, he seems to be a guy who really can't follow through on his promises, and I'd be curious to know how this relationship ended up.
Do we have an address? Maybe we'll
Well,
write him a
actually,
letter.
we do.
When were these written? About what time?
1964.
Oh, my goodness.
It's just there's so much interesting history.
I feel like I'm kind of intruding on someone's privacy, but still, it's so nostalgic.
Yeah, well, they're professing their love publicly for the Beatles, so I don't feel like it's really a private communication. But I had the same thoughts. Should I be reading these? But I haven't opened any myself. Anything I've read was already open.
Okay. When I was a teenager, I loved Elvis.
Yeah.
So I can understand how these girls felt. I just loved him. And my cousin used to date one of his bodyguards. So she took me up to one of his parties that he had in California, in Bel Air.
How old were you?
I was 15.
15, okay.
I was 15, yeah.
For an Elvis party, that's awfully young.
It was, believe me. But it was something I will never forget. He sat there, and it was like when he laughed, the whole room laughed. And if he was sad or quiet, the whole room got quiet. Everything was focused on him.
Yeah.
And he came up behind me and he went like this. He just put his arm,
Yeah.
his hand like that, didn't say a thing to me, and then walked off.
Wow.
I think he knew I was a fan and he was putting me at ease. And I didn't want to wash my neck for a millennium, you know.
If only he had said, "Love me tender," or something. It
Listen,
would have been
I was
fantastic.
practicing how to spell Mrs. Presley.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
Or I wish.
I wish. These are fabulous.
Yeah, and
These
it's just full of them, and there's probably 200 or 300 in there.
My gosh.
And
Are you selling them as a set, or what are you
well,
doing?
I haven't really decided exactly what to do with them yet. They will be for sale eventually, but it's just it's so different from anything I've ever encountered before.
I know. This is
that
amazing.
It's hard to figure out exactly who's going to be interested and how interested they'll be.
Maybe we should contact a museum or something.
If I'm
A
thinking,
musical museum?
or that's one possibility. I thought it's like a prepackaged reality show. You know, each week you take out a letter, you contact the person, you see where they are today.
We start a whole new thing.
Yeah, so it's just something I've really enjoyed having and thinking about.
Wow.
Rather than just an item that you kind of like know what it is and figure out the price and put it out for sale. This is really something that has captured my interest.
I can see why. Wow. I'm going to sit here and go through these and have some fun.
You may even.
So I hope you have an hour or two. So
Okay.
that's it.
Michelle, there you are.
Here I am.
I want you to see something that is absolutely incredible. This is an old Victorian collar and cuff box.
I know what this is.
Really?
Oh my God. But I haven't seen one forever.
Well, the neat thing about
at
this
this.
one is the top is celluloid. Ordinarily, collar boxes are round.
Yeah.
They're made out of leather. They have a drawstring top.
I don't think I've ever seen one with a celluloid top.
I know, this is beautiful.
Wow.
It's Victorian. Still has like the original silk.
Look at that. This pale silk. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
This was a gentleman's box, without a doubt. And so, collars, old celluloid collars.
Just to keep, so the collar is kept there for?
Yeah. I don't have any cuffs, but the collars are just awesome.
Oh my gosh.
They would be absolute killers. I can't even imagine wearing one. Oh,
Around
God.
your neck?
Yeah. Ugh, it'd be awful.
Let's get
It'd
that
be
in
terrible.
there. This, did you get this in Indiana?
Illinois.
Why do I always say Indiana?
It was close.
I always do that. I always say Indiana.
Yeah, but as I said, with this celluloid top like this, very unusual. I would say late 1800s.
What a strange picture on the front. It's
Well-
of an Asian gentleman.
But think about it, Chinese laundry, that's where you would take your cuffs and collars to have them
Oh
done.
my God, I didn't think of that.
Yes, when I saw it, I thought, this is just so ironic. But look at this, original hinges.
Wow.
Original latch. It's dovetailed.
Look at, isn't this beautiful?
It's
Look at
a
that.
beautiful, beautiful box. Like I said, very, very Victorian. Very Victorian.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
it
and it's-
really is.
As old as it is, it's really in excellent condition.
Oh my goodness, what are you selling it for?
$59.
That's it?
Yeah, I didn't pay that much for it, so I'm going to pass that along to my customers. Make them happy. Make them happy. That's what it's all about.
And I noticed you had the collars priced individually.
Yes. A celluloid collar is going to be $15
Oh my goodness,
because
Beth.
you never ever see collars anymore. Like I said, cuffs, I have never found a pair of celluloid cuffs.
I don't think I have either.
Yes.
I only see handcuffs.
Oh, God. But anyway, it's a very, very wonderful, beautiful box.
It is. It really and truly is. I love it.
Oh, good.
I do.
Good.
Once again, Pat did
Yay!
it. Okay, I'll see you later.
All right. Thanks, Michelle.
Oh, Steve, what a busy day today. So many new customers, but it was great. I am so tired. Let's close up and go home.